Welcome everyone and hello race fans to GoFas TV. We're here this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, a wonderful Sunday afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway, getting ready for the Can-Am 135, sponsored by the Men's Senior Racing League on this Sunday afternoon. As we see, the cars are in pit road, drivers are in a little meeting, pit crews are on their boxes getting ready for a fun 135 lap race, excuse me. Getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I'm kind of excited because this is going to be a great race. We've got 9 contestants in here tonight, a little bit more than what we've been having. Things are picking back up, and so we're very excited to welcome everyone here to the Men's Senior Racing League. Normally ran on Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. We like to refer to it as Sunday afternoon. Getting ready to have a fun 135 lap race here at Phoenix International Raceway here this afternoon for the Can-Am 135. As we see these guys going to line up this afternoon. A little bit of rundown. This Phoenix International racetrack here is a mile tri-oval. Has a dog leg in it like a golf course. So it should be some exciting racing this afternoon as we watch these guys get in their cars and getting ready to make the full 135 lap race. It should be very exciting. We've got several different degrees of banking here at Phoenix. It's a tough track on tires and a tough track on nerves. These drivers are at their best, and I'll tell you, they're going to have to be at their best this afternoon here at Phoenix to really come out ahead. Then not only have they got to race the competition on the track, they've got to race the track as well. As we know, this track is notorious for eating right-hand side tires. So these guys and these pit crew chiefs has you got to come up with some kind of plan to figure out how they're going to get through this afternoon without wearing the tires out and going the lap down and staying out of trouble. So we'll see how it works out for them here this afternoon at Phoenix International Raceway with the Men's Senior Racing League here with GoFas Television. Be back in just a second after these messages. Okay, welcome back, race fans. This afternoon we're here live with Phoenix International Raceways. We watch these guys getting ready to come up underway this afternoon. You see the cars lined up. The drivers' meeting is over with. These guys getting ready to run this Can-Am 135. So we should see these cars start lining up in just a moment. If you'll watch some of these cars, we have a pretty good time out here this afternoon. Wonderful Sunday afternoon. A little bit on the cool side, but that's going to play a factor in these guys running a good race this afternoon here. We see we're going to start doing the lineup for the 135 here this afternoon. And as you can see, we have on the pole Mr. Dave Christensen and the Cam King sponsored Chevrolet. Outside the pole, we have the Mr. Will Val Wotrix in that 101 Ford Fusion. I'm sorry, back up here, the wrong one. Okay. The 101 Ford Fusion, 101st Airborne Division. And the third place car is the 51 AC, the 51 Starter Chevrolet. Fourth place is the 177 Mark Best. Fifth place is the 55 car Ron Blackwell. Sixth place is the 163 KISS sponsored Chevrolet of Gary Madu. Seventh place is the 101 car of Will Bartoli. 8th place is the 73 Ford Fusion of Dave Martin. And 9th place is the Dodge Ted Moser. Here we go. Green flag's underway. These guys are beginning the race. So here we go. Let's see what we can see this afternoon. Let's see what these guys are doing to it, folks. Here on lap 1 this afternoon. You see the 61 car of Dave Christensen have a little difficulty trying to stay up the pack. These guys come into the turn second on lap 2. Will Val Wotrix out front. Martin fourth. Von Blackwell fifth. Will Bartolo is the 6th place car. 51 starter Will back to 7th. Dave Christensen is in 8th. And Ted Moser follows up, rounds out the field in the 9th position. Guys are continuing to put on a good show this afternoon here. So we'll see how it goes. Wotrix is just trying to put him some distance between him and the rest of the pack. These guys start looking down the back. Very tight race here this afternoon, folks. I'm bunching up, doing a little bit of battle out for the see how it goes. Like I said, this track is notorious on tires. 163 car Gary Blue coming down the front stretch. We're getting anywhere with speeds about 145 to 150. Some of them is up a little bit higher than that, about 165. A little bit of hard braking in the corners. Second place. Fireworks up in first. Val is now intact for this track. He was the fastest car in practice this afternoon here at, actually this morning here at Phoenix International Raceway. Probably wiggling a little bit. We don't understand that. May be a server issue. We don't know yet, but I think it may be a server issue. So, and caution has come out here on lap 5. For some reason or another, the pace car is out, bringing the guys up to turn 4 here this afternoon. Maybe some other cars involved in it. We don't know. Let's see what's going on here. We see a bunch of cars wiggling. So that may be a server issue that we have there. Everybody's going into pit, so obviously there's a little problem. Maybe the 51. I think he was an accident, trying to avoid an accident or something. May got a little bit of a piece off, but he's coming on and getting some service done to his car. 4 tires of fuel. And see the 101 car of Val Woodruff's and the 163 car of Gary Madu staying out of the pits. Number third position at 5X Chevrolet of Mark Best, driving the Flintstones sponsored Chevrolet here this afternoon. See that 4th place car of the Cam King Chevrolet Dave Christensen come in and getting the right side tires and possibly left side tires and fuel. 51 car doing the same thing. The 55 car Ron Blackwell has come in and left the pits. So is 73 car of Dave Martin. He's got his service in his car and he's gone. 61 car of Dave Christensen, he's out of the pits and on his way back out on the track. 188 of Ted Moser. Having some issues here this afternoon, but he went to the pits and got 4 tires of fuel. He's on his way back out. And the damage on the 51 Starter Chevrolet continues to plague him this afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway. He got a little more damage than what he thought. The pit crews is working very feverishly to get that car fixed and get it back out on the track. May serve him, put him as a lap down here this early in the race. This racetrack is known to have short tempers and short real estate, if you will. So he's got his car fixed. He's back out on the track and headed back out to join the rest of the guys here. That will maybe put him a lap down. But he, like me, he got ahead of the pace car, so he may be okay. Check it and see. Yeah, it shows him as a lap down because the pace car actually crossed the start-finish line before he left the pit. So the 51 Starter Chevrolet right now is a lap down here on lap 7. As the 101 of Val Woodruff is in first position. 163 of Gary Madu is in second. 177 in the 2X Chevrolet this afternoon. This is a spare car, by the way, is running in third. Ron Blackwell in that 55 NSU sponsored Chevrolet is 5th. 61 Cam King Chevrolet of Dave Christensen is 6th. 01 Kings sponsored Chevrolet of Will Bartoli is in 7th. Ted Moser in that Mopar sponsored Patron Dodge Charger is 8th. And we see that the 51 Starter Chevrolet is having to pull over. He's been ordered by NASCAR to pull over and stop to keep from serving the penalty here. He's having to wait for the pace car to pass, so that's going to bring him still be a lap down according to pace NASCAR rules. As we're still under caution here this afternoon, that's what he's got to do, and that's what he did. So got back up here to Val Woodruff. Pace car's off. Here we go, guys. Got the green flag racing here at Phoenix International Speedway this afternoon here with the Cam and 135. It's the 101 that Ford Fusion of Val Woodruff takes back over the lead. 63 of Gary Madu is looking for some real estate, though. He's wanting to battle him out. He's challenging. The 101, he's right dead in his rear end, as we used to say back in the old days. And just a few cars here. Oh, look, like we seen the Mark Best, 177, get into the wall here at turn 4. He's evidently he didn't get too much of damage. He recovered back out on the track and getting it done. So we see the 101 is trying his best to stay ahead of that 163, Gary Madu, here in a hot battle here this afternoon, Phoenix International Raceway. And the Can-Am 135, as these guys come around the backstretch and through the dog leg, and we see that battle still consuming. This like Val Woodruff has pulled away from Gary Madu just a little bit here as they come down the front stretch. So that's going to be interesting to see how long they can hold that up, keep running the tires up as they do. Second place car with Gary Madu. Third place car with Ron Blackwell has moved up to third, and Dave Christensen has moved up to fourth. Will Bartoli has moved up to fifth. Mark Best has moved up to sixth. Ted Moser is seventh. Dave Martin is running in eighth, and the 51 starter Chevrolet is in ninth. So a little bit of a battle here for these guys this afternoon. As we see, caution has come back out again here on lap 11 for a little incident involving the 188 car, it's 83 car. Just like the 51, they avoided that one that time. So we'll see who gets the lucky dog. And here on lap 12, as the pace car leads them around the turn 1 into the dog leg. See who gets the lucky dog. I want to tell you fine folks this afternoon, this race is brought to you by Men's Senior Racing League, the Fun League. You very well can look them up online. MSRL. I get that confused. MSRL.us. That's their website. Look them up online, and they've got an email address. You can send Ron Blackwell an application to join this league. I think a couple stipulation is Men's Senior Racing League. That's why they call it Men's Senior, because I think you have to be 35 years of age or older to join it. It's a very good league. There's no tire rules. None of the some of the crazy rules and regulations that NASCAR has. It's just they invoked the old-time rules and regulations here, with the exception of the modern-day rules of when the caution comes out, the field is frozen. So you guys you come out here and run a good, hard race. Everybody races clean. There's a very good group of guys out here. Roy Wynn and Val Woodruff, Will Bartoli, Gary Madu, Dave Christensen, Ron Blackwell, some of those guys who run every week. Miss Kent Thomas today, and we're missing Roy Wynn, and also Ivan Deschamps. We're missing those three drivers. Evidently, they've had some other kind of ordeal to keep them from racing this afternoon. So Roy and Ivan and Kent, come on back and get in this thing, buddy, and let's see if we can have some fun. We've got 9 cars. That would be 12 cars out here, the more the merrier. So looking forward to next weekend as the pace car leads them in turn 1 here at Phoenix International Speedway, showing Val Woodruff in that 101 Ford Fusion is in first. And the kit sponsored 163 Chevrolet of Gary Madu is in second. And the 61 of Dave Christensen is third. Fourth place is Mark Best, and fourth is Ron Blackwell in that white number 55 Chevrolet. Fourth is you got me all messed up. Fourth, Ron Blackwell. I'm sorry. Fifth is Mark Best. Sixth is Will Bartoli. Seventh is Dave Martin. Eighth is Ted Moser, and ninth is the 51 starter Chevrolet. So, guys, we'll see what's going to happen here. Pace car goes off. And the pace car is off. Getting ready to resume green flag racing here this afternoon. Phoenix International Speedway. Green, green, green. Here we go. And it's like a drag race down the front stretch as that 163 Gary Madu makes a move on the 101 and takes over the lead here on lap 15 this afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway. And Will Bartoli not wanting to be denied is hot and heavy on his heels, so trying to find him a line to run with and make sure he can stay up with the rest of the pack. So he's fighting it too. So and then we got the 61 of Dave Christensen, that Cam King Chevrolet. He's right on the bumper, coming in, see him diving hard right on the bumper in that 101 car. Want him some of that same real estate. So going to be interesting to see who's going to win it, because 3K cars cannot hold the same real estate. We know that for a fact. But we'll see how it goes this afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway. So far at lap 16, we've had 2 cautions, 2 short little cautions, and the rest of the time it's been smooth sailing. So we'll see what's going on here. These guys are running hard this afternoon, diving into the corners. Speeds are anywhere in turn 1 from 108 to 117 miles per hour, depending on how hard you drive it. The back stretch is around about 169 to 170 before they have to fall off and hit some brakes, and they run around the last turn before they get the front stretch around 120, 118 to 120 mile an hour. Listen, that front stretch is about 165, dropping down to about 103 or 4. Some of them a little bit slower than that, some of them a little bit faster than that, depending on how you drive it in there. Doing a good job here this afternoon. The average lap right now is about 27.270 seconds. Now, that's not bad. That's burning some rubber here this afternoon here at Phoenix International Speedway. You see Wilson, that 101 Airborne, 101st Airborne Division, sponsored Ford Fusion, making his way around the track, doing his best to try to let Gary Madu in that 163 car know that he's not giving up so easy. You might have gotten the lead from me, but you better not slip up, buddy. If you do, I've got you. So that's the way it is here this afternoon, folks, at Phoenix International Speedway. Follow some of these other cars here, excuse me. 61 of Dave Christensen, that Cam King Chevrolet, doing a fine job here running third this afternoon here at Phoenix International. Back here live this afternoon here, folks, at Phoenix International Speedway. So we see that 01 Kings Chevrolet of Will Bartoli in the 4th position, looking at the back of Dave Christensen. And it's been a good race so far. Everybody's kind of spread out now, calmed down a little bit, settled down enough to where they can run their own lines and their own race. Of course, there's nothing like a little tight battle here, like we're seeing that 01 car. Will Bartoli challenging at 61 on the bottom side, 61 on the top. Will he get him? Going through the dog leg. Looks like he's going to nose him out just a little bit. That 61 can get a good run on the outside. It's going to be tough on Will Bartoli, but it looks like to me Will Bartoli got him on the bottom side. He's taking over the 3rd position here. 61 car of Dave Christensen fell back to 4th. So that's the way it goes here. You get 1 second you're in one place and 1 lap you're in another. So that's lap to lap. The action is wide open here this afternoon at Phoenix International Speedway, sponsored by Men's Senior Racing League here with GoFas TV. I want to thank all of you for joining in this afternoon. We see the 55 car Ron Blackwell in the 5th position. That 51 starter Chevrolet running 6th. Looking at the back of that 55 car, at 51, evidently wants some of that real estate, so he's reeling him in here this afternoon and putting kind of a challenge to him on the bottom, running a little bit lower than normally, but you're running at the low side of that track, and then he'll jump up high, and you see that 55, Ron Blackwell using a little bit more of that dog leg than the 51 car is. That 55 is trying his best to keep that 51 from passing him. That 51 is just dead locked in his groove. He will not come out of it, so that's what he's doing, and he's looking forward to put another pass on this afternoon here at Phoenix International Speedway. Challenge him on the bottom. Looks like this time he has drove it in hard. That 51 is taking over the 5th position. Oh, like he gets into the wall a little bit. Bangs the fender on the wall, but he's still trying to keep his lead above the 55 car, Ron Blackwell, here this afternoon as they both go into the last turn before the front stretch And 51 has held off that 55 car, and they taking over the 5th position here this afternoon at Phoenix International Raceway. Looking back here at Ron Blackwell, Ron Blackwell's running that bottom line now, using that same line. His 51 car, he's trying to get some momentum going and get his position back. So that 55 has really fell back a little bit compared to 51 is on the tear this afternoon. He really has a fast car. So we'll see what can develop with him. And pit crews are getting ready to do some laps too. I think the pit strategy here this afternoon is to run about 33 to 35 laps here this afternoon, folks, before they have to come in and get fuel. And the tire rule, basically, like I said, there's no tire rule, so you get tires any time. And most guys that come into pits will take fuel and tires at the same time. Here we see another battle here. The 55, that Ron Blackwell, and at 188, Ted Moser. And Ted's challenged that 55 car. It looks like he's going to get him on the outside here coming in the first corner before they start falling into that dog leg. And looks like Ron is going to lose another position, back to 7th position here this afternoon, as that 188 car takes over 6th here this afternoon at Phoenix International Speedway. We've got word that the 177 car, or actually the 2X car or 5X car of Mark Best, has had some engine complications, and he has parked his car this afternoon. He is done. Sorry for his luck this afternoon, but that's the way it goes. I'm pretty sure he'll be back next week, and he's got to figure out what the problem is. So tough luck for Mark Best here this afternoon, but we will see him next week. And we up front still watching the leader up here, the 163 car, Gary Madu. Gary Madu and that KISS sponsored Chevrolet wiggling around that corner. that looks like something Gary would do, wiggle around the corner. But Gary's holding on to it. I think that's a server issue, folks. That's what's going on with it. You know, these internet games are great, and they're all time improving, but they still doesn't have them perfected yet. So I can guarantee you, if you see a real cut car on the track doing that in a real NASCAR race, he wouldn't be doing it long. I can tell you that. He'd be probably upside down or flipping or something. But that's definitely a server issue people got here this afternoon. Or something's going on with RF2 that probably needs to be notified about. But as we see Gary Madu still leading the race, Val Woodruff, and that's 101 and the 101st Airborne sponsored Ford Fusion is second. Will Bartoli, that King sponsored Chevrolet, is third. 61 car, Cam King Chevrolet, Dave Christensen is looking on in there fourth. The 51 Starter Chevrolet is up in 5th and holding his own. 6 cars, that 188 Mopar Dodge, Patron sponsored Dodge of Ted Moser. Seventh place cars, 55 NSU sponsored Chevrolet of Ron Blackwell. And bringing out the rear is a 73 car of Dave Martin. We're going to speak a little bit about Dave. Dave Martin in that 73 Ford Fusion. This is unusual for Dave here to be running last like that. Dave must have some kind of mechanical problems, or something's wrong with his car or something, because that's not Dave's usual driving style. Usually Dave is out front and leading the field, and 9 times out of 10 outrunning the pack. But Dave evidently has suffered a little bit of issue here this afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway. On this Sunday afternoon as we watch these laps go right behind one another, and Dave's hanging on to the 8th position, so we'll keep an eye on Dave throughout the race and see where he winds up at. And as you say, we see Mark Best still in the pits. His car is done for the day, and so we see back up to the leader here with 163 car Gary Madu, that KISS sponsored Chevrolet. He's put a little bit of stretch between him and Val Woodruff in that 101st Airborne sponsored 101 Ford Fusion here this afternoon on lap 35. Looks like Val got into the wall just a little bit. I think Val was trying to really put some pressure on that car of his and to go a little faster in the corners. I think that's something he must have found that will help him out, is staying pretty hot through the corners. But some of these corners, you simply cannot push that car no further than that wheel. You'll wear the tires out. You'll be coming into the pits quicker than you want to. Fuel here is no problem. I think these guys will make a couple, 3, 4 pit stops this afternoon. Like I said, about 33 to 35 laps on fuel with a 135 lap race here. So you're looking basically about 3 to 4 times the fuel. If caution comes out, the other cautions we had earlier this afternoon is everybody got in and got tires of fuel. And pretty much what you're going to see here this afternoon, folks, is when these cars come in and get fuel, they're going to get tires. Some will take 2, some will take 4, but my guess, the smart racers are going to take 4 tires. And Val gets in that wall again. He needs to be careful getting in that wall coming out of turn 4 before he hits the front stretch. Ford can't handle it. I know they say it's Ford tough, but that wall's a little bit tougher, so he needs to kind of be careful about that and stay away from that wall and protect that car. Will Bartoli up on the back end of 101 and looking to take over that second position away from Will Bartoli. I mean, Val Woodford this afternoon here as he closes in on the front stretch. And looks like Will is suffering the same issues with the little wiggling as they go in the corners and into the dog leg. So that's definitely got to be a servo issue of some sort. We watch the other guys go, and I think we're seeing the now we're seeing all of them come in, ladies and gentlemen, on the going down pit road here this afternoon. We see the 163 car already in the pits. 101 of Val Woodford in the pits, the 01 of Will Bartoli in the pits. All these guys are coming in here and making a pit stop. I see 61 still out on the track, 73 out on the track, 51 out on the track, 188 out on the track. And the 4 of 4th place car, Ron Blackwell, in the 55, he's out on the track. And they're all coming in getting tires and fuel. Gary Madu getting 4 tires and fuel. So is Will Bartoli. See the 51 started Chevrolet. Right now he's leading the field. He's taking over first place. He's not even considered yet going into the pit. So keep an eye on him and see what he does. Right now he's averaging about a 28.024 lap time here at lap 41. So he may have taken on fuel that last caution they had. It's going to extend his running time a little bit further. Walk around, I'd say, around 50 laps before he comes in. Right now, he's in first place. And he's doing a good job leaving the field here this afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on and see where that goes to. And it looks like the 51 is going to come in and get some tires and fuel. He's pitted well, lap 42. I was wrong. He was coming in lap 42 and he's taking service with his vehicle. And we see the 55 of Ron Blackwell in the 3rd position, coming in taking 4 tires and fuel. He's coming in and getting ready to getting his car serviced. The guys are making a few wedge changes and a couple of changes on the cleaning off that grill and turning off the streak of that windshield. He's right back out on the track this afternoon. Coming back out in 6th place. Dave Martin, that 73 car, is kind of hidden behind the pit boxes, but he doing the same thing. He's getting 4 tires of fuel. He's out of his pit box and on the way out to the track. See that 51 car. He's on his way back out. As we see Ted Moser now, who is leading the race. He has come back and everybody else is pitted. So Ted has stayed out a little bit. He wants to get a couple of laps being recorded as being led a couple, 3 or 4 laps here this afternoon, Phoenix International Raceway. So Ted decided to stay out and take a chance on his tires, and so far he's leading the race right now in the 1st position. And showing Gary Madu in 2nd. Gary just passed him, so Ted's going to have to come in and get tires to stay away. He's got to hit it Gary, because if he don't, he may be in trouble here about another 3/4 lap or so, because I got an idea that Gary will probably be laughing before too long. 3rd place car is Will Bartoli, 01 Chevy. 4th place car is that 61 Dave Christensen. 5th place is that 55 car Ron Blackwell. That's 6th position, that's 51 starter Chevrolet. 7th position is Val Woodford, that Ford Fusion. Texas Dave Martin in that Ford Fusion, that Conservative States Ford Fusion, by the way. So far, Ted Moser has not come into pits. He's going to have to come into pit here in the next couple, 3 or 4 laps. He's still running up front, so he may get a good 3 to 5 laps of leading the race, but looks like maybe he might be able to come into the pits this time and get service for his car. So he's shooting into the pits, guys. So these cars are going to circle out the pit stops and stuff like that. That's going to put Gary McDoo back in the lead and probably drop Ted a few spots. But Ted played it smart and ran up front as long as he could till his fuel got low, and he has to come in and get fuel or either run out. And when he runs out, that's it. His day's over with when he runs out of fuel. So he don't get the pace car to push him around or the bumper truck to push him around to get rid of fuel and continue the race. He's out of it. So, but Ted played it smart, came in and got fuel. Got a sharp-looking car. Got a Dodge Mopar. I think him and Ivan Deschamps has got a Dodge, and I believe also Jim Barasoff has got a Dodge. I think that's the only 3 Dodges in this whole league we got. So we see the 7th place car of Val Woodruff's going down the front stretch. Bringing up the rear of that is that 73 of Dave Martin Ford Fusion. Gary McDoo in that 163. He's out front. He's got one heck of a lead on the 2nd place car. Will Bartoli. Gary has worked himself to a good 4.6 second lead over that 2nd place car, Will Bartoli. You see him just burning the track up with them new tires. Doing everything he can to gain some distance between him and 2nd place in case something does go wrong. He has to pit or something else happens. So he's got a little bit of cushion that he don't have to worry about it too much. But here at this track, you don't get much of a cushion. You either run hard or you get left behind. So that's the way it goes here at Phoenix International Raceway. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a sponsor break. We should be back shortly. Just hang loose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live here at Phoenix International Raceway this Sunday afternoon for the continuation of Can-Am 135, brought to you by GoFas Television and also the Men's Senior Racing League here on Sunday afternoon. As we see that 163 KISS sponsor Chevrolet, Gary McDoo still in the lead here on lap 54, coming into lap 55 this afternoon here. We'll give you a rundown of who's where. And Gary McDoo's leading. And you got a good strong car here this afternoon. You see a little wiggling with the car. I think that's a survey issue. That's not in the car themselves. So that's something that the tech guys over at RF2 is going to have to work on here this afternoon. And that's just something they'll have to deal with. Okay? So let's see if we can get these guys to show us what we got here this afternoon. We see Gary McDoo and I don't know who all them cats are. We'll follow them anyhow. Go through the lead. Go through the lineup, see what we got here this afternoon. As these cars come down, we see the 163 of Gary McDoo leading. The 01 car, Will Bartoli, he's moved up into 2nd position. The 3 car of Dave Christensen is in 3rd. 4th car, Ron Blackwell, is in 4th. The 5th place position at 51 Star Chevrolet here this afternoon, lap 56. We're running a good, strong race. The 6th position is that 101 Ford Fusion, 101st Airborne Division, sponsored car by Woodruff's. 7th place car, that Patron Mopar Dodge of Ted Moser. And 8th position is that Conservative States Ford Fusion, number 73 car of Dave Martin. Gary continues to lead the way here. Gary's put a considerable amount of lead on his competition, so we'll get him around the dog leg here and see how much distance he's really stuck between him and the competition. So there he goes. Looks like he's got a whole lot of lead there, about a 2.4 second lead there. A little bit of distance between Val Woodruff and Will Bartoli. You see the 81, 88 of Ted Moser, 61, and the 73, 55 car, and the 51 car bringing up the point here this afternoon. I mentioned Gary McDoo is back around again, so them guys are working hard to try to put these car is in the rear, lap down, and so you're gonna have to really watch it this afternoon. Gary Madu is putting down tracks here this afternoon at Phoenix International Raceway, leading the laps, leading the field, doing a good job of putting his car where he needs to be in contention for a win. Mark Best has been retired for this afternoon, had engine problems, so I'm pretty sure we'll see him next week. Dave Martin at number 73 Ford Fusion. Dave does have a little mechanical issue for some reason or other. He's not where he needs to be or where he usually runs. He's running in the back of the pack here, so we don't know yet. We've talked to some people. They don't know either, so it could be one of the two things with Dave. Dave could be taking his time here, saving his car, staying out of trouble, waiting for the last 10 to 15 laps of this race and really put the pedal to the metal and show us what he's all about, or he really is having some kind of issue and struggling to keep his car on the lead lap. So we'll keep an eye on Dave and see where he winds up at this afternoon. Ted Moser in that 7th position, doing his thing. And that 188 Patron sponsored, Mopar sponsored Dodge Charger. And you got that 6th position, that 101 car, Val Woodridge. As he tries his best to run down to 163 car Gary Madu here this afternoon. Kind of a talk about Val's car here this afternoon. Val has got a kind of a strange paint job. We're going to make some camera changes on him and got to do it and see what you got there. A little bit better deal than what you can. That's the paint job of Val Woodridge. Val was in the 101st Airborne Division. He's also a Vietnam vet. Here on this Veterans Day weekend, we thank Val for his service with him, as they call it. Affectionately call him around his friends and family. I want to give Woody a thanks for sticking his neck out for us over there in Vietnam, facing the VC and coming home safe. And thank him for his service. Something he didn't have to do, but he felt obliged to do his duty and serve his country. We want to thank him for that. So that's what we're doing. And again, we want to thank him for being that way. A lot of these other guys in there too, but I know about some of them. I think this guy here, where is he at? There he is. This guy here driving the 51 Starter Chevrolet, 4 years in Uncle Sam's Army. Started out at 64 Hotel. He was a door gunner on the UH-1B chopper. Got picked up, transferred to 95 Bravo, which is military police. They were sent. He was sent to some station in Alabama. I don't know exactly where. I think you want to say it might have been Fort McClellan or somewhere like that in Alabama. He finished out his time as an MP. Did some TDY, temporary duty at Chinook Air Force Base, Illinois. In the wintertime, they talked like that was rough. I think he said that when he was pulling guard duty for 12 hours, the only thing he guarded was the outside air. He said all the planes were in the hangars locked up and warm. He was on one outside freezing. So we appreciate his service as well. He's also a 34-year law enforcement veteran, 34 years of service. Started out in 1974 as a dispatcher. I'm sorry, 1976 as a dispatcher for the Sampson County Sheriff's Office there in North Carolina. Part-time dispatcher. Knew John Beasley, Sam Myers, Landis Lee, all them guys. Worked his way through different degrees of areas of law enforcement. Wound up being a narcotics agent for the state before he retired. And he's out here racing with the Men's Senior Racing League, so hats off to him. Thank him for his double service. Next up, that number 55 NSU card, Ron Blackwell. Ron's been around a while, been racing a long time, probably around since the mid-90s on the internet racing. He knows a thing or two about internet racing. He's the admin here for MSRL. Great guy. Lives in New Jersey. We won't hold that against him. But Ron's a pretty good guy. He's a fair guy. He gives every opportunity. He races hard and loves what he does. And he loves racing with these guys. So you see Ron's car going through the dog leg, wiggling a little bit. Like we said before, that's probably a survey issue. I think we coming up on the competition yellow here just shortly. Should be able to. I think we're about halfway in the race. Dave Christensen. Oh, by the way, Dave's leaving. Dave's leaving. I think Dave also was a Vietnam vet. He was over in Saigon and those places like that. Dave's leaving in a couple of weeks. After this race is over with, we've got, I think, 2 more races, and after that, he's taking a trip over to Vietnam to relive some of those moments that he served our military with over there. Kind of tough on Dave there for start with. We see the pace car come out, competition yellow. Here, just a little bit over halfway the race here at Can-Am 135 at Phoenix International Speedway. We see Dave Christensen at 61 Cam King Chevrolet leading the field in that first position. So we want to wish Dave all the best of luck in the world, and be safe over there, brother, and come back and see us. And pretty sure he will. So we see some guys going in the pits getting some service for their cars. And showing Dave Christensen as the leader. 51 Chevrolet is in second. Which is that 101 car is third. Ted Moser in fourth. Gary Madu is in fifth, just coming out of the pits. Sixth is Will Bartoli. Seventh is Ron Blackwell. Eighth is Dave Martin. And rounding out the top field is the retired vehicle of Mark Best. As we see the 61 car, Dave Christensen, coming into pits, getting some service for his car. All tires and fuel. Here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, at the Phoenix International Raceway, brought to you by GoFas TV and Men's Senior Racing League. We shall return to the action in just a few moments after these words from our sponsors. All right, race fans, back to live green flag racing this afternoon. Back to live action here at Phoenix International Raceway, sponsored by GoFas TV and the Men's Senior Racing League, as we present you the about midway of the race here, just a little bit more than halfway of the race here, the Can-Am 135, sponsored by Men's Senior Racing League here in Los Angeles, Phoenix International Speedway here on this bright Sunday afternoon, as we see the 163 car of Gary Madu still holding the lead here on lap 78 this afternoon, Phoenix International Speedway, after the competition caution came out. And we still see Mark Best has retired his car. If any of you guys want to be brought to speed to it, so Mark had some engine trouble early on in the race. He sad to say he's out of it. Sorry for his luck. We'll be looking forward to next weekend. So that's the way it is. Gary Madu comes out of the dog leg and comes around the corner and going toward the front stretch here. So and he's got a gang of cars behind him trying to run him down. So he got a comfortable about a 4-second lead over him. So we'll see if he can still hang on to it. And you see the 55 Chevrolet of Ron Blackwell taking over the second position here this afternoon, as well as the third place position of the 01 Chevrolet of Will Bartoli. He's looking for some. Looks like Will may be getting sideways a little bit. He did save it. He got down on that apron on that curved spot of the track, and it will turn you sideways. So you got to be very, very careful when you come out of the front stretch into turn one, and don't get both those tires up on beyond that curve. When you do, you will go sideways here this afternoon. So that has thrown Will Bartoli from third back to fifth, so he's not too hurt too bad. We see the third place car of Val Woodchurch taking over that spot. We got that 51 Starter Chevrolet coming in there and taking his place in the fourth position, cutting down below the. He's like he got a little bit into the wall. Look out here, what we're going to have this afternoon, and we have an accident right here in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. And looks like him and got a little bit to the wall and got sideways, and the 188 got the looks like they got the worst of it. I think the 188 actually rolled a little bit right there. Let's see if we can see it.
Sound muted. Sound resumed.
We do a little slow motion here, and Go back and do a little replay. It looks like the 51 was doing good, and he got a little bit high on the track. He kind of drove in a little bit deep coming in that turn, and he hit the wall, kind of more or less bounced off the wall and anything else. But that turned his car into such a position where he could not get control of it. You see, he turned his wheels to the left or to the right, not happening. And then he hits that wall. When he hits that wall, it kind of throws him a little bit further. He's trying to get hold of the car. Don't like that's going to happen. But anyhow, when he does, he clips right in the side of Ted Moser. And Ted Moser goes sideways. And the 51 car just turns sideways and goes spinning around, and Ted runs into the inside wall. I mean, really does. And he's got his car locked down. As we see Will Bartoli in the 01 car coming up and slowing down. And then the 188 hitting the inside, and for some reason or other, he just flips his car upside down, as you'll see here, and he slides and gets, actually goes airborne here for a second and then lands on all four tires as the 51 goes up toward the outside wall and stops at that safer barrier, and the A188 backs up into the wall and stops. Caution is out here this afternoon on lap 82, so that will bring out caution here at lap 82 between those two vehicles, and it doesn't look like the 51 is hurt too bad, so I think he took a little bit of damage here this afternoon at Phoenix International Raceway. The 188, he's underway, so I suspect both those guys will be pitting and getting some damage fixed, some tires on the car where they flat spotted them when they locked them down, and there'll be an opportunity for those other guys who are in the lead lap to go in and get fuel and tires and get their cars worked out as well. So pace cars out here on lap 83 this afternoon here, folks, at Phoenix International Speedway here at the Men's Senior Racing League Can-Am 135, brought to you by GoFas TV. You see these guys coming into the pits here. Gary Madu leading the race in the 163 kit sponsored Chevrolet. Ron Blackwell, the NSU sponsored Chevrolet. Number 55, he coming into the pits as well. And you see the 101 Ford Fusion 101st Airborne Division of Al Woodwards. Will Bartoli, the 01 King sponsored Chevrolet, doing the same thing. All these guys are pitting here this afternoon after the little racing incident between 188 and 51. Dave Martin in that 73 car coming into the pits. This will be a sight to be seen this afternoon here at Phoenix International Raceway. Gives Dave a little break and gives him time to catch his breath here with whatever issue Dave's having. So Dave comes into the pits to get service on his car here at coming across the start finish line in the pits at lap 84. Dave Christensen at 61 continues to be out on the track. Now he's coming into the pits for service of his car. I don't know if he got any part of that damage or not, that little incident right there in the front stretch, but he's making his way in. So it's the 51. Starter Chevrolet making his way into the pits, going to get that damage fixed, and as well as the 188 of Ted Moser and that Patron sponsored Dodge Charger by Mopar here this afternoon, folks. All these guys going in getting some tire, fuel, and body damage fixed. A little bit of sheet metal's got to be bent back out and pulled out, and one thing and then another. So we'll keep an eye on them to see how long it keeps that 188 and that 51. See how much damage they got. So tires goes on pretty quick here this afternoon. The racetrack, the pit crews. Pit road speed is 45 miles per hour here at Phoenix International Speedway, so these guys are very leery not to be caught speeding on pit road. If they do, they'll have to serve a pass-through penalty here at Phoenix International. So we don't see the 51 or the 188 coming out, so they may be still in the pits. Well, there we see the 188 coming out, and he didn't quite get quite the damage we thought he did, but he's coming out of the pits, and looks like the 51 is still in the pits. Evidently he got more damage than we thought he did, so look, he's going to be there a couple of minutes up under the 5-minute clock. We're told about 2.5 minutes when his car to be repaired, and then he's out of there. So he's out and on his way. So evidently wasn't too much damage for him to be staying there no longer than he had to. So he's out on his way. Now we have a new leader here on lap 86 here at Phoenix International Speedway. The 01 of Will Bartoli is our new race leader, folks. Here's the pace car leads him around the second turn, going in toward the front stretch. Sorry, third turn. So just how many turns here is in Phoenix? Well, normally a racetrack has 4 turns, but this is dog leg, so, had a couple, maybe 5 turns. Green flag drops, folks. Here we go, back racing. Back green racing this afternoon. These guys come into turn 1. All bunched up together. Will Bartoli holding them on. Takes over the lead. Val Woodruff's on the bottom side. Ron Blackwell right behind him, looking to take over. Can they do it? No, they can't. And it looks like we're going to have a couple cars pretty close to the wall. Will Bartoli doing everything he can to keep that lead. Running out in front of 4 cars that's chasing him down in the hunt for the race lead this afternoon. And we do have a caution come out, folks. The 101 of Val Woodruff has got spun out. We thought that's what was happening, but 101 kind of got nailed in the rear end a little bit and kind of got spun. So there's a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage for him. Just a little bump up here when he bumped the inside wall stopping. So that brought out the 5th caution of the afternoon here at Phoenix International Speedway. Lap 88 is showing Val is still in the 5th position, so that's not bad. I wish I could do that. I could spin out and still be running the top 5, but I'm not as quite as talented as Val is. But that's what it is here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a quick run down the field. It's a pace car. You just see Dave Christensen, that 61 Cam King sponsored Chevrolet, be the lucky dog. So he's lickety split around the pace car, making his lap around the track, trying to catch up on the. He'll be on the lead lap when he comes back around up behind the gang of cars here. Phoenix International Speedway on the racetrack. He'll be back on the lead lap and running pretty good. So far, he has overcome the speeding penalty he got earlier. Like I said, speed limit 45 miles per hour, so I think he was in section 3 where he got nailed speeding at. So you have to be very, very careful here at Phoenix pit road here, because they are a very hard sticker for speed limit down this pit road, because it is so narrow. So many cars here on this track, and things can get out of control and get out of hand in a hurry, and someone hurt or get you hurt or whatever. So that's why they have speed limits here on all these pit roads, folks. It's for driver safety as well as pit crews and everyone else. And so quick lineup here while the pace car is still out. Will Bartoli is your race leader. Gary Madu is come back in second. Val Woodruff is in third. Dave Christensen 4th. Ron Blackwell 5th. Dave Martin 6th. 51 Starter 7th. Ted Moser 8th. Shoots out on the track. And as you see, Mark Bess has retired his car for this afternoon. More word from our sponsors, folks. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, race fans, as the race here is still under caution. Probably the last lap right here on the lap 92 at Phoenix International Speedway here with the Men's Senior Racing League Can-Am 135. We see that 01 King Chevrolet of Will Bartoli leading the race here this afternoon after another caution that came out by the 101 car, who was tagged and spun in turn 1. And so don't seem like everything is under control with these guys here fixing to go back green here shortly. So we'll watch the race as the green flag drops. Here they go. Lap 92 here, going back green flag racing, folks, here at Phoenix International Speedway here this afternoon. the men's senior racing league, as we see that 163 car, Gary Madu, taking that high side and running away with the lead here as he passes 0-1 for lead position here this afternoon in Phoenix. We got Will Bartola back in second now, followed by that 55 car, Ron Blackwell, in third. And Gary Madu, he's just a rocket ship this afternoon here, taking off, running the low side and coming the high side, using every inch of that racetrack he can to take advantage on everybody else here this afternoon in Phoenix International as they come into the last corner going down the front stretch. You see Gary Madu leading the race, Will Bartola in second, Ron Blackwell in third, Dave Christensen in fourth, Val Woodchard in fifth, Dave Martin in sixth, seventh place position at 51 Scarlet Chevrolet, 8-10 Mosley in that 188 Patron Mopar Dodge Charger is in 8th position, rounding out the top 8 here this afternoon as they continue to run hard and for position here. Seems like that middle line is working the best of all. Good and watching the last few races. Some of them take the low side, some of them take the high side. But in turns 4, that low side is working good for some of them. They'll run high and dive low, try to straighten that curve out if they can. But we know there's no straightening that thing out. And as we watch Ted Mosley here make his few laps here this afternoon as the laps are winding down here. Phoenix International Speedway here at Can-Am 135. So Ted's got a sharp-looking car. Almost, we got another guy who drives too, Ivan Deschamps. He drives the 49 Tampa Bay sponsored Dodge Charger. And if you don't look real sharp half the time, you think both of them's the same car, but especially from the front, from a distance, they look like the same car until you come up on it. Both of them got the same blue color. That's a sharp-looking car. I want to thank Ted coming out this afternoon and racing with us. Ted runs a lot of the circuits, other circuits as well. He's with us on Sunday night. I hope Ted will stick around for a long time to come. He's a pretty good competitor. He's learning the tricks of the trade here. That's what it takes to be a good driver. Seat time and knowing what you're doing here helps out a lot. We watched the 51 Scarlet Chevrolet and holding that 7th spot. He is currently a lap down right now, but he's trying to stay, keep going a little lap down. But I think that Dave Martin is actually 1 spot ahead of him in 6th. So they're running a pretty good race this afternoon here. I think he doesn't realize yet. Sometimes you race here so hard you forget where you're at, how many laps you are ahead, or if you're on the same lead lap or lap down or whatever. You can run kind of hard and actually forget that. So I think that's what's happened to the 51 here. He has got his mind on what he's doing, so he's doing everything he can to hold his position here. But I think once he realizes that he's a lap down, he'll probably let Dave Martin go by, who I don't think Dave is a lap down. Doesn't look like he is. So but we'll keep an eye on him and see what happens here this afternoon. He's running a good race. He's his marks, and he does a really good job of it. I think he just realized, the spotter said he just realized he was a lap down, so I think he's told his spotter he was going to let the 73 go by next time they come around, come down the front stretch of turn 1. He said, tell the 73 car he can have it. If he wants to go high, he'll go low. Let's see what happens. They put down the front stretch through the first turn here, turn 1. I think that's exactly what he done. He's backed off and let Dave Martin, that 73 car, gather his position. So that's the kind of honorable thing to do. These drivers do that, and once they realize that they're a lap down, there's no need to try to go up there and race their way to the front and cause them problems. Your car is doing all it can do to stay where it's at. So then you're a lap down too. The only way you can get his lap down is really run through the crowd and cars here this afternoon and get his lap back the old-fashioned way, and or either a caution come out and he gets a lucky dog. So he's content to stay where he's at right now. So that's what's going on. We watch Dave Martin, that 73 Ford Fusion, come into the fourth turn in down the stretch. Dave Christensen is back to sixth position at 61 Cam King sponsored Chevrolet. Dave's running a good race this afternoon. They've got caught twice with speeding this afternoon here on pit road. And Dave's another guy who's got his mind on what he's doing. He wants to hit his marks and run clean and keep his car up front. Not dirty air, but sometimes you get caught up in the moment and run real hard. You can either get hit or hit someone else. And then when you get where you're on pit road that you've got a limit to go to, sometimes if you look over and over the wall while you're on pit road and you see a car go by, your tendency is to mash the gas pedal and try to keep him from outrunning you, but you forget to realize that you're on pit road and all of a sudden you got a speeding penalty, so you got to do either a drive-through penalty or either a stop and go. Depends on how severe the speeding was when you're going through pit road. So I think Dave is well aware of that now. He's trying to hold his own and get up a good place here, good place finish here this afternoon at Phoenix International. We'll watch the fourth position car, Ron Blackwell. 55 NSU sponsored Chevrolet. He's running fourth here this afternoon. Get John by that 61. See Ron Blackwell still on the lead lap. They go into turn one here this afternoon. Lap 107. The laps are all winding down here, folks. Less than 30 laps to go. It won't be long. Third place position, Will Bartoli, that 01 King Chevrolet. Making his way around the track, getting his marks and doing what he needs to do to stay where he's at, trying to gain a couple spots, trying to close in on the second place car, Val Woodard. So he watched that 101 101st Airborne Division sponsored Chevrolet. Ford Fusion. Coming in second place, trying his best to run Gary Ledoux down, who is in first place. Yes, sponsored Chevrolet, that 163 car of Gary Ledoux right now holding the field off with about a 2.2-second lead here as they come out of the front stretch into the first turn, headed down towards the dog leg here this afternoon. And you'll notice some of these cars, if you're watching go through the field, got a little bit of a wiggle, and we think that's something to do with the game or the server problem. It's got some kind of issue. Let's see what happens with it. But that's how the cars is lined up. So we see about 4 cars are right there ahead of one another, trying to stay with it, and make sure they do what they need to do to hit their marks and go where they need to go. You see 4 cars back there, guys. They're climbing up. They're getting ready to get on with it. They know they don't have many more laps to go, so that's why they're doing what they're doing. And these guys are going to have to come in and make one more pit stop for fuel. We just talked to some of the guys over the pit crews, and they are going to have to come in. Every one of them is going to have to come in for fuel. I don't know whether they take tires or not. Now, that's strictly up to them, but they will have to take fuel before they finish the race here this afternoon. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 110 to 115 laps, you'll start seeing these cars come into pit road and taking fuel here this afternoon at the Phoenix International Speedway here. Can-Am 135, sponsored by GoFas TV, also the Men's Senior Racing League here this Sunday afternoon as we watch these guys wind down the race here this afternoon as we see the 163 car, Gary Ledoux, still in the lead here this afternoon. There's only a 0.6 of a second lead over that number 2 car, Val Woodard. Here's Val does his best to try to run him down and get another win this afternoon. We see Ted Moser in that 188 car come in and getting fuel in service for his car. We see the seventh place position, that's 51, started Chevrolet here on lap 111. Coming into the pits, him and Ted Moser was looking try to outsmart the rest of these guys, but coming in just a little bit early, taking a little bit of time with their cars and coming around the pits and getting 4 tires of fuel here this afternoon. I think that's what's going to happen as we close in on him. Let's see what kind of. Okay. I just got word that the 188 car of Ted Moser has parked his car. He has got transmission trouble this afternoon here at Phoenix International Speedway. So Ted is out of the race. Tough break for him. I'm pretty sure he'll be back next Sunday night. Ted ran a good race this afternoon, folks, and Hate to see that happen, but that's the breaks with racing. You win some, you lose some you just ride around. So we see the 51 leaving the pits here this afternoon, and getting back on the track at lap 112. Under green flag conditions here, folks, these guys will start making these pit stops, and you'll see these guys start coming in this afternoon, and any time between now and a couple laps to go, you'll start seeing them make pit stops, and that's what'll happen. Right now, these guys are doing all they can to try to catch up with the guy in front of them and try to pass them, because they know these laps are winding down. With about 20 laps to go here this afternoon, folks. This race is pretty much over with. If these guys don't tighten up, catch that 163 car with Gary Madu, it'll be another win for Gary here this afternoon at Phoenix International Speedway. We see that 101st Airborne sponsored Ford Fusion at 101 of Val Wutchers doing everything he can to make a pass on that 163 car. And very well challenging him for the lead. So we'll see what happens here. Let's keep an eye on both of them and see what happens. They're wearing up at. But right now, Gary Madu in that 163 Chevrolet is holding them off as they go into turn one off the front stretch. And we see that 101 car of Val Wutchers try the bottom side, try the high side. He is desperately trying to find him a way to get around that 163 car of Gary Madu. And Gary is right now slamming the door on him every chance he gets. But if he ain't careful, he'll slam the door on him one too many times and cost him the position. So Gary's got to do double driving. He's got to look out the front glass and the back glass too. So he's got it tough this afternoon. But we see that 101 car making a run at him. So it's going to be interesting to see the last few laps here what happens. As the laps wind down here with less than 15 laps to go here at Phoenix International Speedway, the Can-Am 135, sponsored by the Men's Senior Racing League here in Phoenix, Arizona, folks. It's a big, exciting finish. We see the 1-2 punch of Gary Madu and Val Wutchers here this afternoon as they cross the start-finish line on lap 120 with 15 laps left to go here at Phoenix International Speedway. See the 7th place car, the 51 Starter Chevrolet, is showing him one lap down right now as he is in the 7th position. He's making up some pretty good time. He has a pretty good run here this afternoon at Phoenix International Speedway. Running his car where he needs to run it, hitting his marks, trying his best to stay out of trouble. So far, he's doing it pretty good. He's making a little bit of closure there on the 73 of Dave Martin as they both come out of turn 4 down the front stretch. He has closed the distance and between himself and the 73 car of Dave Martin here this afternoon as the cars are running around here. Less than about 14 laps to go. Average speed time for that 51 car is 28,135. That's not a bad lap. So that's his average speed here this afternoon after running basically 119 laps here this afternoon. We see that 61 car of Dave Christensen going down pit road here in 6th position, serving a speeding penalty. He have got caught again on the last time he come in. Caught for speeding again. The rules do give him 15 laps to serve it. Once he was told he would be serving that penalty for speed lapping, for speeding pit road, serving his lap time, then he can go in and cruise down pit road at pit road speed and come out and continue to race it. That's what Dave Christensen done this afternoon here, ladies and gentlemen. Working real hard to maintain his position in 6th. As the rest of the field closes in, and he comes up on the 73 car of Dave Christensen here at Phoenix International Speedway this afternoon. 5th place is Ron Blackwell in that NSU sponsored Chevrolet, number 55. Closing in on that 51 Starter Chevrolet. See him coming out lap 123, lap 124. Ron looking to go to the inside of him and looking inside high and then looking inside low. So we'll see what happens. On making a dive down toward the bottom. Will he have enough speed to pass it? I think he will. I think that 51 realized that he was a lap down, so he just eased off the gas a little bit, let Ron Blackwell go by. In the fourth place position is Dave Martin. Oh, Dave has come alive in the last few laps. Been generally running in the back all night long, and then now the last few laps, a couple laps ago, he decided to wake up a little bit, or whatever he was doing seemed to be working for him, because he's now up fourth, and he's being challenged by Dave Christensen, who's a lap down, but Dave want to hold his own, and Dave's already he's a good runner. Good driver. He knows where he needs to hit his mark at. That's what he does. So we see these laps wind down this afternoon here at Phoenix International Speedway. Third place car, Will Bartoli, that 01 King sponsored Chevrolet. Coming around turn one, going into the dog leg, holding that third position. That 101 car, Val Witchers, is all by himself. He comes around to turn four into the front stretch. You got 101 Ford Fusion. We see Gary Madu in that 163 KISS sponsored Chevrolet here, as you see him coming down in the fourth turn. He's almost got an 11-second lead. I'm sorry, 9-second lead over the 101 car, Val Witchers. That's the distance, folks, right there between the first, second, and third place cars. Dave Martin, Dave Christensen, Ron Blackwell, 51 starter sponsor Chevrolet. That's pretty much it. You get a beautiful shot of the rattlesnake hill, as they call it. Don't think I want to be up there watching no race. But as the laps continue to wind down, with less than 6 laps to go here, folks, Gary Madu in that 163 KISS sponsor Chevrolet leads the way here at Phoenix International Speedway here. I want to say Las Vegas is bad because I really enjoy running Las Vegas myself. That and Homestead are my two favorite tracks. And then on top of that, people don't believe it, but I actually left to run New Hampshire, Loudon. Love Loudon. It's a great track. I love it. Don't get the speed I want, but I love running the track. It's repetitive. Lap after lap after lap. Looks like Gary Madu may be running away with the field here. He's got a good half a lap over the 101 car, Val Witchers, in second place. As we go through the field here this afternoon and see. Val Witchers in that 101 101st Airborne Division, sponsored Ford Fusion's running second this afternoon here at Can-Am 135. Will Bartola in that King sponsored Chevrolet 01, running third here at Phoenix this afternoon. Fourth place is that Conservative States Ford Fusion 73 car of Dave Martin. You'll see fifth place NSU sponsored Chevrolet of Ron Blackwell. Ron's had a good race this afternoon here, folks. He's done really, really well. He's been from second to eighth to fifth to fourth. He's had every position out here. Right now, he's settled in for running fifth, and I think it's going to do him well. Sixth place is that Cam King sponsored Chevrolet, Dave Christensen. We were fixing to call him a Dave DC, and he's doing very well here this afternoon. He's battled back from going 2 laps down. Now he's down 1 lap now. I don't think he's going to have enough time to make that a lap back up unless there's a caution comes on the track. But the way he's driving, you wouldn't be able to tell him. Seventh place position at 51 starter Chevrolet this afternoon, 1 lap down. Still showing him a lap down. We've got 2 laps to go here, or 1 lap to go rather. On the last lap here, folks, Gary Madu. Here's your race winner this afternoon here at Can-Am 135, sponsored by MSRL and GoFas TV. So Gary Madu, the KISS-sponsored Chevrolet, comes in first place here this afternoon. Look, folks, exciting race it was. And you see, give you the rundown right quick. Gary Madu comes in first, Val Woodruff's in second, Will Bartola's in third, Dave Martin fourth, Ron Blackwell fifth, Dave Christensen sixth, and the 51 Starter Chevrolet comes in seventh, Ted Moser eighth, and Mark Best in ninth. That'll about wrap it up this afternoon, folks, as we watch Gary Madu do his burnout right here in front of the stands. Always a pleasure. We want to thank you for joining us here this afternoon and say thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. This is Keith Chestnut from GoFas TV signing off. You have a good week.